Hello and welcome to your programming topic. In this topic we're going to be using Scratch, and some of you may well have used it when you were in primary school. We're going to be importing into our Scratch program all of the images that we created in our graphics project. So that would be the seabed scene, Sharkey 1 and Sharkey 2. So let me show you how to do that. We're going to need the internet. And what I want you to do is to put in the word Scratch, and with a bit of luck this should turn up. Scratch.mit.edu. If it doesn't, you're just going to have to type it all in. Press return to go to the site. Now your very first job is going to need to give yourself a username and password for this Scratch website. You can use Scratch without a username and password, but you can't save any work and you can't share it. And you'll be needing to go back to your work over the next few lessons. So your first job is to set up an account with a username and a password. Once you've done that, you go over to Create. Now, what we see here are three windows. The first window is a stage, and we can move objects around on the stage. We have this object on the stage which is called a sprite, and with sprites we can program the sprites to move around on their own. Here we have different blocks of code which fit together like Lego. So we can drag things on, we can link things up, and if we don't want them, we can simply pull them off. On this tab, we have what are called costumes. And you can see that we've got a sprite and we've got a variation on that sprite. So we've got this image of the fox and we have this image. And we can program them to flick between the two to give an appearance of animation. And we have a sound tab which we'll not need to use. Okay, so our very next job is to delete this sprite. So right click, delete, and it's gone. Now we'll need to put in our own background. We don't want this boring white one, we want the one we created. So this one leads us to background images in Scratch itself. We can draw, we can take a picture, but we've done all the hard work and we want to upload a backdrop from file. So I'm going to click here. Now you might want to do the same and put your images ready for import on your desktop because it's easier to find. So I'm going to click here and I'm going to click Open. And here is my image. Now we're going to import Sharkey. So we're not interested in this area anymore, we want this bit. And in particular, we want this one here, upload sprite from file. Let's get Sharkey 1. Click open. And there is Sharkey. He's way too big, but we're going to sort that out shortly. The next thing we want to do is to go to costumes. Now costumes is where we want the other image of Sharkey 2. If we put Sharkey 2 here, we've created a different sprite. If we put Sharkey 2 here, it means that the program can switch between Sharkey 1 and Sharkey 2. So let's click and put in Sharkey 2 and click Open. So when the program works, it's going to go like this, but much quicker. Okay, so now we need to resize Sharkey. And we need to be precise so that it gives the impression that Sharkey is moving his teeth and not moving his body as well. So the way I would do it is I'd click up here, so we have him magnified in and we've got the background complete. We go to our select tool. Now, a word of warning, be careful what you do with this because you don't want to cut off part of the bubble or part of his tail. So be careful where you place your cursor. I'm going to left click and hold and drag. And I'm going to move my cursor so it's just outside the Sharkey image and let go. And I'm going to make Sharkey smaller and I'm going to put him up in the corner here. And the reason why I do it is because then I can more accurately guess where I want to put Sharkey. So that's the size, about where the bottom line is level with the fourth button. That's my preference. And then once I've gone and done that with Sharkey 2 in this case, I'm just going to click. Right, Sharkey 1, I need to do the same. You could have done it the other way around, but I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to have Sharkey 1, careful where I put my cursor, and then when I've got it there, I'm going to drag, and I'm going to lasso Sharkey, click, move him in, put him up, and let's just see if it's about the right size, and I've got that, and click. So we've now got Sharkey, and that's good enough for me. Right, let's stick with Sharkey 1. And again, I'm going to magnify in again. Oops, a daisy, maybe not just yet. I'm going to lasso Sharkey 1. And I'm going to bring him down to here. Now, in order to make this work correctly, I'm going to flip him so when we actually program it, his nose will follow my cursor. So I'm simply going to flip. And I'm now going to magnify him because I want his nose to touch the cross. So when I am programming, it's going to be as smooth as possible. And I'm going to click there. Okay, Sharkey 2, I need to do the same. So let me just come out. Let me lasso. Whoops, let's make sure I've got the bubbles in as well. Let me lasso. Bring Sharkey down. Flip him. Zoom in and make sure that Sharkey is touching there and click. So if I look at this area, Sharkey is doing that. So it's a little bit of a rigmarole, but if you do it correctly, it's going to pay dividends when you do your programming. Okay, so that's the point you want to get to, and then I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.